1980 to 1994. And while I was working with him, I worked through the system up to detectives. I worked as a narcotic agent. I worked underneath a tri-parish drug task force that covers St. Mary, San Martin, and Iberia. And that was handled underneath Mr. Phil Haney, the assistant DA at the time, And I was also a cross agent with the Blue Lightning Drug Task Force. That if they needed us on a case, they would call us in. So that's the experience I have on that.
So how many years were you in law enforcement?
14.
You were in 14, okay. And so from what years?
From 1980 to 1994. That's when Mr. Romo took office.
Okay, so is that what you would say would make you the most compatible for the position?
Well, no, what makes me most compatible for the commission is when you pick a candidate, read the person's card. Don't only read if they got qualifications in law enforcement. It could be 30 years, 20 years, 40 years. Look what he or she has done for the community in other areas. Because if you look on the back of my card, it'll show you my law enforcement experience, and it'll show you my goals, and it'll show you that my personal, I love helping other people, such as youth and elderly, especially. Because the youth is too young, the elderly is too old, and they can be misguided in both areas. So we need work with the youth and the elderly. And I have done this throughout my not only law enforcement career, but I used to coach Little League Baseball, back before 1980 and stuff, and also after 1980. It's all about working for the people. Iberia Parish has lost community policing in our last two sheriffs. We need to get this back because the public are eyes and ears for any sheriff's department, and you don't have to pay a salary to it. All you have to do is treat them with respect. So let's get community policing involved again. They see everything in the area, but if you don't stop and bid them the time of day, that's not gonna work. In my day, if I seen somebody cutting their grass or doing something in the yard, I'd stop over and I'd talk to them. And I'd also give them one of my cards and say, if ever you need us on this end, please call me. I'll come assist you. In the last two sheriffs, we lost that. But we will bring it back when the good Lord bless Joe LeBlanc Sheriff. Because we need it. We need to get in the community and save all this shooting and everything.
And that makes me wonder, what is to you the biggest issue here in Iberia Parish?
The biggest issue is poor communication with the citizens in the parish.
And how are you going to fix that?
By community policing, have your deputies talk to people like they're a human being. We have a few left that does that, but we have a lot more that don't. The same way I greeted you, I didn't greet you that nice because you were on TV3. That's how I treat people every day. Treat people with respect, you get respect. And that's why I'm running. I want to bring the system back to the people where it belongs. The sheriff's department is not for the sheriff. It's for the people in the community.
And what about the drug and crime rate throughout the area?
Drug and crime rate, that's going to go down because if you're community policing, the people are going to start calling, and the minute they can make that final contact with you, see that you're a person instead of somebody with a big ego trip, then they're going to call you more. And that's what's going to make the difference. And we're going to have that back. I can promise you that. That's one thing I can promise. We're going to have community policing.
Well, anything else?
No, other than people, early voting starts Saturday. And And this is, I didn't tell you this, this is my 7th time running. Well, my 6th time before, I took a precinct by precinct count of registered voters. In Iberia Parish, you have a population of 65,000 residents. And in that 65,000, you only have 47,429 that are registered voters. Out of that 47,000, that sounds like a lot. 30,000 don't go vote, and they're registered. That's why we keep getting the same repetition of people. Get out there, study the card. The card, there's no lies on it. You know, and pick a person that you feel would fill all the shoes that you need. And you're looking at one of the candidates right now that can fill that shoe. And my number is number 89 on the ballot. Early voting starts Saturday. And from there it goes on to October 5th. And October 12th is the big day. And I want to thank you for this interview. I want to thank you for what all the TV stations do. But they're only as good as the information we give y'all. So I appreciate that.
All right, well, thank you, sir. Let me get some more shots of you real quick.
Yeah. You shaking my head while I'm talking.
You want? That's all right. Back here. And you can get a shot of us talking.
Yeah.
I think you have your little number on there.
Yes, I got my
That way
little
people
number.
know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, sir.
Well, I thank you for your time.
Absolutely.
And I want to remind everybody, please, without y'all, we are nothing. So go out and vote, please.
That's huge, isn't it? Get people to go vote.
Okay.